We get so much growth every year. I don't know what the numbers are now. I don't have an updated 2023 number, but gosh, by the year, I figure at least 100,000 people have moved to Houston for jobs and opportunities and stuff. So we want to spotlight Houston, spotlight H-Town all day long. And starting with our show, of course, today it's all about Houston. And then Sam's going to do her spotlight on Houston. What's your topic about?
I'm talking about breweries. Breweries, yes,
Breweries
of
in
course,
Houston.
of course.
What
you know
about
me.
them? Is it going to have somebody on to tell us about the hops and how long it takes to ferment?
A brewmeister.
I was just going to try and highlight different breweries around here in Houston because we know like the main ones, which I'm still going to give them love, but there's a lot of different like kind of like mom and pop breweries
Those
here
are
in
the best.
Houston that people don't know about. So I'm going to kind of say if like they're dog friendly, if they're good for kids, because you know me, I've been to like all of them. And if you have any favorites, please give me a call. I'd love to have you, be part of my show.
Great.
Yeah.
So Sam's on 10 to 12, and then after Sam, Audrey Rose is on, and she's going to spotlight the food of Houston, the best H-Town eats, from best places to get a margarita to best food categories. And then Kevin and Audrey together are going to be doing something for kids' meals, which was one of our favorite charities.
Oh, absolutely. We've worked with them for years.
God, I think that the first time we talked about kids' meals was 2006.
Yeah.
Something like that, 2007. And if you don't know what Kids Meals is, go to kidsmeals.org because this is a fantastic charity where they absolutely make sure that the kids that don't even go to school to get a guaranteed school meal can still get fed. Especially those kids in food insecure situations from 0 to 4. Because, if you're a kindergartner, you at least have school to go to, or there's a summer program to go to schools and get food. But Kids Meals legit was making brown bag meals for kids that were healthy and driving them to their neighborhoods and dropping them off.
Do you remember the Bayou City Arts Festival? Remember I did all those paintings?
Yes.
And we raffled them all off and fed, I think it was like 700 kids with those paintings. And we're going to do it again this fall.
If I remember the statistic, unless it's come up with inflation, it was $1.50 to feed a child with a brown bag sandwich. It was a sandwich and a drink, like water bottle and fruit and things like that. So Kevin and Audrey are going to be...
It's a healthy lunch, too.
Yeah, putting together donations for kids' meals as, like I said, kids are out of school. Actually, it's $2 now. That's what I just looked up. It's $2 now because of inflation. We are such a great city. I know you guys are so giving, and you can listen to them and how you can help out kids' meals. And then Laura's on after with H-Town Live. And it's a listener takeover with KRBE listeners who love Houston so much. So it's H-Town all day, baby.
Day long. Plus, we've also got a lot of cool things we can talk about this morning, like even in the news. There's stuff that the Rockets are doing, the Astros are doing. There's celebrity appearances around town. There's all sorts of different things that are going down in H-Town today.
Did I just clear my throat while you were talking? I thought I was
do every
hitting
morning.
my cough button.
I'm like that. Everything.
You
went
cleared your throat in Sam's voice?
Everything
in her
went
ear?
silent, and I'm like, all I hear is.
I go,
So we have two buttons behind the scenes. Okay, so
They both mute you.
yeah, but if we have
they
to,
both do?
if we have
Watch.
to,
If I'm talking to Sam, it both mute.
Yeah.
yeah.
true. Oh,
But if we
okay,
have
got
to
it.
cough, we have a button that we hit a little button and it mutes our mic.
Oh my God,
but
that's
there's
so
a button
funny.
right next to it. If we hit that, it speaks into Sam's ear. So Roula coughed into Sam's ear.
Instead.
That's all right.
I mean, not legit with my mouth into her ear, but just the sound. It's funny. I do on the weekends right here in KRBE. I do weekends with Roula, and that is a national show. It airs all across the country at different times. And so when I have to record that show, Tuesday's my day. I got to record that show. And there are so many times in the audio file where I'm like, hold on. I was like, welcome back to Weekends. Hold on. Like sometimes you feel like there's something in your throat, even though there's not. So I'm just like, welcome back to Weekends. Welcome back to Weekends with Roula. And so I have to go back and
Do you
edit it
shower
out.
in the morning?
No, I don't like showering in the morning. I'm a
See, that's
night
why.
girl.
It's like I get that steam shower first thing in the morning and get all that out, in
No,
a shower.
I love to shower.
Opens up your
at night.
lungs.
To
Yeah,
shower
I
off
shower
the
at
day.
You don't shower in the morning, Kevin?
Hell no. We've talked about this for 15 years. In case you forgot, Ryan, I know it's rough over there.
Yeah.
It's-
It is.
so-
The brain's not working anymore.
Waking up and getting wet is an absolute travesty to me.
I know.
yeah.
I'd rather
It's
have
blood
extra
flowing.
sleep than have to wake up to actually take the time of showering, getting ready, all the things. No,
I've got
just-
way too much that's got to come together to make this happen.
You don't get
I'm a
bedhead
shower-
ever?
well, that's what's great about my hair is I can just go and then it'll come
happens.
together. Yes, but it's all the other things: the lotions, the potions, the vitamin C, the retinol,
a moisturizer. And actually, my hair is naturally curly, which unfortunately you can see a lot more when it's big and curly in the summertime, like today. And if I had to shower in the morning, I just come in here with sopping wet hair because I don't. Can you imagine the time it would take to dry this thing, Sam?
Yeah, no.
Oh Lord!
Plus, we have families that are asleep.
Exactly.
Like, what is with the noise? What is with the noise? Yes, I tried one time. I tried one time after I showered
you
at
act
night.
like you've only got one shower in your house.
Well, every single room, it doesn't matter if I try and put a blow dryer in any of those bathrooms.
Hold
to
up.
wake up a kid.
Yeah.
Now
or
I
my
gotta
husband.
take all my lotions and potions down the hallway to put it in the other shower that I can use instead of my lovely shower that we just built. Oh, no.
Yeah, and I just one time I was trying to. I was like, I'm gonna blow dry my hair before I go to bed. That's what I'm gonna do. Tasso was already asleep, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll go in the closet and blow dry my hair. You know, closets don't have plugs.
No.
Most
Yeah.
closets do not have a dang
The
plug.
majority
And I'm
of-
sure it was hot in there.
And
You
I'm
had the
hot and
door
sweaty
closed.
from my shower because
Yeah,
it's a
no.
hot shower.
But do you wash your
And then
hair
I'm
every
like,
time you get in
no.
the shower?
Yeah.
No, I
well,
don't.
No,
I do
you
like every
tie it
other
back.
day now. I don't do every day. It depends on if it smells. It smells because the air in Houston smells. And here's a weird thing. If I have freshly blow-dried hair and it smells like my product or whatever, and I don't tie it up in some kind of something to walk to my car, or if it's down and flowing and the wind blows through it, I feel like when I get inside, I'm like, oh, God, it stinks like the outside. And then it kind of
I don't
settles for
think
a
the
second.
outside stinks
Oh,
necessarily.
the outside stinks.
Like
If
when I
you
was a
go
little
outside
kid,
right now, Ryan, if you go downstairs and you're out there for 5 minutes, just go stand out outside.
Well, it's 'cause there's a
Come back
barbecue
up
next
here.
door.
No.
They're
There's no
cooking their
barbecue
brew.
next door. No, you didn't smell
The
better if it was
barbecue.
brisket from Pappas. You just go downstairs right now and stand at our building lobby outside and let the wind whip you a little bit.
I don't
Come
feel
back
like
up
my
in
hair
here.
doesn't smell.
You're going to smell like recess.
see, when I was a little kid, my mom, we had a clothesline in our backyard. She'd hang the clothes out in the
Oh,
backyard.
yes, the fresh smell of
I've never known that because it doesn't
Sheets.
smell good here.
NPA.
Humidity doesn't smell good.
I don't know about this. I mean, occasionally there'll be an actual smell in the air, but as far when Roula talks about you come back in smelling, that's because she feels like most people have sweated it all out and then smell like recess.
No,
But
I
not
think in general,
everyone.
Kevin, we all
has
smell
that.
like it's hot. That's why
Like
so many people say,
recess.
"Oh, I shower."
When it's 115 degrees outside,
If
yeah.
it takes you longer than 2 minutes to get to your car, everyone's like, "Oh God, I have to go back inside and shower now. I'm sweaty."
Oh,
and
yeah.
humid."
Yesterday, I went to go do lunch, and I had to bring Santiago from inside the house to my car, and I was just sweating. I was
Yes.
it literally was
just the sweat.
the smallest walk ever, but like carrying him.
You can't really take him outside much at all right now, can you? Because of the heat.
I do later at night, but
7
only
and on.
yeah. When the sun is setting, there's a nice breeze, and he's completely like shaded. He's wearing like the most minimalistic clothes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's not like super hot.
As we all are.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we have to be. The city of
Right.
Houston is actually, they're reactivating their heat emergency plan to get people a break and the plan was activated yesterday and it's going to run all the way through this weekend because it's just so hot out right now. They're using libraries as multi-service centers. There's cooling stations around the city. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, they're saying the heat index is going to be 110 again.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Ugh.
It's like
Welcome to
miserable.
July.
Was it
Welcome
like
to
this
July.
like last year though?
It was bad, but
Every
not this
July,
bad.
I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like it's always hot, but
I was actually listening. I was going through the archives and we were talking about being 105 last year.
Wow.
Well, here's the weird thing,
I
Sam.
don't feel like it was that hot last year.
Now, as a longtime Houstonian, I always just maybe I don't even feel like I know these numbers are hot and they're high.
Yeah.
Right? But I just feel like, well, I'm prepared for that. That's the norm in my head as a Houstonian.
Oh, yeah.
That we're going to get into, like, you're going to get in your car and you're going to burn the backs of your thighs if you have leather.
Yes.
Or some kind of vinyl type because it's so dang hot. And there is no cooling off for a while. I'm so used to that.
you need
that
velour.
whether it's 90,
Velour.
85,
My
or
grandparents had a
105.
car with velour interior.
I think the
they
newest
had
thing
little
is
push pins in the
cloth.
ceiling.
It's like
that
cloth
could fall
canvas.
down.
Like, look at Sam's car versus Kevin's car.
Claw.
Kevin's car, your clothes will stick when you try and slide across the seat. It's like velour.
What's that
and then
velour
Sam's
smell
is
like?
more like, just like a solid cloth. It's
Yeah.
very comfortable. You just get in and out and your
You
clothes aren't
put
sticking
water
to
on
it.
it. You can just beads. You can just strip it
Yeah,
off.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, happy hot 713 day, friends. If you're hot, you're not alone. So coming up next, the Emmy nominations came down yesterday after the show. They used to come down like at 8:00 in the morning, but yesterday they pushed them for the first time till 10:30. There are 74 Emmy nominations alone for
God.
one network. We'll go over every single one of those. slowly. Coming
Please.
in next.
Slowly.
I hope so.
Oh, can't wait to tune into that. Okay, listen to all 74.
Please
And that's
do.
just for one network. I didn't even get to the rest of the categories. Here's your weather for today.
It's going to be hotter than hell. It's going to be over 100 degrees today. Heat index, like I said, is going to be about 110. Right now, it's already 82 degrees and 6:09 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please welcome Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
All right, 713 day today, guys, because we celebrate all things Houston. Today is July 13th, 713. That's our area code, our first main area code.
Yep.
So all day, it's all about H-Town. And don't forget, at 8:20, we give you a chance with the summer of 2020 free to win something amazing to get you $10,000 at the end of the summer. Somebody is going to win $10,000. Of the 3 finalists a day, every day, we put your name in the box. At the end of the summer, we're going to pull one of those names.
You always get a
So-
cool qualifying prize, too.
Yeah, today, is it the Be Somebody, Sam?
Yes.
Oh, no, here it is. Here it
You
is.
got it.
It's the Houston City Passes, is what I thought.
Yeah.
Houston City Passes is really cool. If you've never bought that because you're not a tourist and you don't think about that stuff, and not all tourists do this. I think people who really are looking for something fun to do in our city get on with the City Pass too. It's pretty fantastic. It gives you access to 5 different venues, like the aquarium or the museums. All these things for you to
Got
do
kids,
for one
it's
price,
great.
or just for date nights, or you want to, or with friends. You're looking for something new to do in the air conditioning.
Well, think about it. Yesterday we had all those listener line calls where people are lonely and they're wanting to get out and be around people and do things.
Yeah, you can
That's a great thing to do
Find a
right
friend of
there.
the Houston City Pass. So we're going to give you 2 Houston City Passes and a free Be Someone t-shirt because, you know, that's all H-Town. That's at 8:20 this morning, and that turns you into a finalist for $10,000 with the summer of 2020 free. So the Emmy nominations were announced yesterday, and HBO alone got 74 nominations. Succession had the most with 27. Then The Last of Us had 24. White Lotus had 23.
Oh, White Lotus is so good.
And all 3 of those are up for Best Drama, along with Better Call Saul, The Crown, Yellow Jackets, House of Dragon, and Endor. I'm not sure what Endor is.
Oh, I tried to watch that. That was on Disney Channel. It's a Star Wars spinoff.
Oh, okay.
And it's really slow. I mean, like, some of those other shows you mentioned are fantastic. I mean, I know Eric, Succession is like his all-time jam. He loves that show more than anything.
Now,
Well, Game of Thrones is his all-time favorite.
Yeah, the Emmys, as of yesterday, I was saying how they're supposed to air September 18th, but because of the writer's strike, overnight they were saying, well, we might have to push the Emmys.
It's true.
If
What do
the
they do?
writers aren't going to be involved. So they say they might be doing it in November or even January if
Wow.
the writer's strike has not been settled.
Oh, wow.
Because of what they're looking for. So, Outstanding Drama Series, I just read those. For Outstanding Comedy Series, those are the 2 big awards of the night. They save them for the very end of the night. Mm-hmm. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel
That's
on
a good
Prime
show.
Video. That was its last season this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Lasso, also its last season on
Sweet
Apple
show.
TV. Wednesday on Netflix.
That's my favorite.
Only
Love that.
Murders in the
Cute.
Building on Hulu.
With
Steve
Selena
Martin
Gomez.
and Selena
Yeah,
Gomez.
cute.
Jury Duty on Amazon. The Bear on FX.
The Bear is good, but that is not a comedy in any way, shape, or form. That
well,
is
neither was The Martian with Matt Damon, and
Yeah.
that was in that category.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember
The
how
Bear-
weird that was?
That's a stretch.
That was for
Yeah.
Academy Awards, but for Emmy.
No, that was for Golden Globes.
Oh, was Golden
That was
Globes?
like
Okay.
comedy or musical.
Yeah.
The Martian.
The Bear is
What?
not a comedy at all.
I've only watched one episode, and
It's just a frantic life in
we'll
a
see.
Chicago,
Yeah.
sandwich shop, restaurant shop.
Barry on HBO/Max is also up for Best Comedy
such a
Series,
good show.
and Abbott Elementary from ABC. So, of all of those categories, of all those nominees, only one network show.
Barry is a
Abbott
good
Elementary.
show, but it's like one of those shows that was fantastic, but the ending sucked.
Well,
haven't
thanks
watched
for
it.
letting us know that.
It's just
Already.
like
spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. I'm just saying, like Eric will say the same thing. It's like we didn't like how it ended, but it's just overall as a piece of work, it's well worth watching. If you got the Max app, you can watch all those HBO shows.
What happened to Ruth?
Don't start talking about
Moving
Ozark
along.
again.
Speaking of Wednesday on Netflix,
Oh, my
Jenna Ortega is up
gosh.
for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series.
She's so good.
And for me to see Jenna Ortega turn into Wednesday, it's kind of funny because my kids loved watching her on this show on Disney called Stuck in the Middle, where she's the middle child of 7 kids.
Oh, wow.
And they have a really cute little theme song when they start the show, and it's about her perspective of her older sisters.
Oh,
and her
that's where she
brothers.
started? See, the first time I saw her
started
was
even earlier
in...
than that, but the first time I ever saw her was in Stuck in the Middle.
Oh, see, I remember her from the last season of You, Y-O-U. on Netflix.
Yeah, see, and I didn't even notice that was her.
That was her. That was, remember, she was the younger sister.
That got obsessed with, what's his face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who
We don't
else?
want to spoil anything.
Okay,
but
so
it's
here's
good.
here's where the article, I'm sure later today, if not already, I just haven't searched for it, has happened. Remember back when Dahmer on Netflix came out?
Yes.
The Jeffrey Dahmer story.
I was obsessed
so
with that.
disturbing, so disturbing,
Yes.
so disturbing. The families of the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer were not happy that Netflix had made this series because a lot of different series and different shows have been made about what Jeffrey Dahmer did. And if you maybe living under a rock, Jeffrey Dahmer would that's the word, not profile.
He
would purposely go live in underserved areas so that he could
get away with his
victimize
crimes.
Black male gay men, right? Black gay men. And he murdered them in his apartment and then did horrible things.
But I mean, it
cannibalism.
was also
So-
very much of an eye opener. You see, like the social injustices, how the police didn't really respond or take it seriously.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but the majority of that show was about the atrocities that Jeffrey Dahmer did to these poor men. And so the families of all those victims, they don't get any money or compensation from people profiting off the death of their loved one,
Sadly,
right?
no.
And it doesn't make them feel good that just because we know their name, like, okay, well, yeah, I really wish this would go away. And so they were already speaking out like, I really hope that this show doesn't get any kind of nominations or any kind of awards because nobody needs to see this or nobody needs to be awarded for playing the monster.
Right.
Like the monster doesn't need to be giving somebody an
but
opportunity
they're not
to get
awarding
awards.
the character of Jeffrey Dahmer. They're awarding the actor who portrayed,
who plays Jeffrey
who did
Dahmer.
such an excellent job conveying this
Well,
story.
I can see why they feel the way they feel.
I'm in the middle. I
100%.
can understand both sides to it.
But if
Yeah.
you're the actor that actually took this
Right,
part,
and put in all that work and dedication. 'cause
Well,
there's
Sam,
nothing
Evan
wrong.
Peters is up for outstanding lead actor for Dahmer.
There's nothing wrong
he
with
was incredible
recognizing
in that.
somebody's performance, and he
And-
was amazing.
Yeah.
And Dahmer is also up for Outstanding Limited Series, along with Daisy Jones and the Six, which I thought was great. Beef on Netflix. Daisy Jones and the Six is the one where it's like
Music.
a fictional band from Pittsburgh.
Oh, how cute.
Oh my
don't
God, I think you'd
know-
really dig it.
Yeah.
It's Elvis Presley's granddaughter is Riley Keough. She plays Daisy
Okay.
Jones
It's Daisy Jones and
and the Six.
Six.
Yeah.
And
on
it's
Amazon.
real like 70-ish
70s.
rock where she wears like the flowy, like she'll wear like the thigh-high boots and the short shorts, but she got like these flowy dresses.
love
and she
it.
You know what
pulls
the
them out and
vibe almost
the
reminds
wind is
me-
through them when she
Like a Velho
dances.
vibe?
Do you remember
it's a lot
the,
of drugging too in that?
What is the movie Almost Famous years ago?
I never saw Almost Famous.
Oh,
but
you
that's
never
what made
saw
Kate
that?
Hudson super famous.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, that vibe, that style.
Because Daisy Jones and the Six, she's
Okay.
a singer. She just wants to be a singer. And then the Six is a band, and they kind of need a little extra oomph. I mean, you're going to really like it. I don't want to give you anything away, but it's just the way they wrap up that entire series is just, oh my God.
It's good.
So what's the
Yeah,
cutoff for
it's
these
just so
awards,
good.
though, Roula? Like, you
I
mentioned a
don't
lot of
have the,
shows, and I'm like,
Deadline here for
Yeah,
when
like-
it should have come out before it could get nominated. Because sometimes you have to have it by a certain month.
Right?
Yeah.
but these are shows that were all performed in what, 2022 or 23?
That's a good question because I thought it had to be by a certain month of 23.
Okay.
They had to be out by 23. I'll have to research what the new cutoff is because they've kind of moved the line on when you can submit and when you can't. But that's going to be a hard category, Outstanding Limited Series, because Beef, a lot of people like, did y'all watch Beef?
I did. I never finished it. It was disturbing.
Beef was crazy.
Yeah.
It's all about a road rage incident that just goes overboard insane.
It stars Stephen Young. He used to be in The Walking Dead. He played Glenn in The Walking Dead.
It's just really
For
something.
Emmys, the deadline is April 17th.
Of 2023?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Riley Keough is actually up for Outstanding Lead Actress for Daisy Jones and the Six. And her competition is Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy. Let's see. Katherine Hahn for Tiny Beautiful Things on Hulu. I've never seen that. Ali Wong for Beef on Netflix. She's the lead. Let's see who else. Dominique Fishback from Swarm. Oh my God, y'all. Have y'all seen Swarm?
No.
Oh my God. Somebody on our show who called in and said, oh, y'all need to watch Swarm on Prime because we were talking about people who get really hooked onto celebrities, like fanatical, like fans of celebrities. It was after some story we did that I can't remember who got broken into. Some famous person again got broken into. So I looked up Swarm. I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, let me see what this is about. It is so dark and messed up.
What's it about? What's the
And
premise?
Ahmad's not here to tell me about it because I almost don't want to give. Just watch the trailer of it. It's a girl who is obsessed with like a pop figure. Let's pretend like you're crazy for Beyonce. Since it's called Swarm, we're going to call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beehive, right? So she's so crazy for this musical artist that if you don't like them, she like murders you.
Oh, so it's like a Swiftie going mad.
Y'all, it is really savage. This freaking show is so brutal.
It says an obsessed Houston-based fan
Oh, yeah,
goes
see
to
Beehive.
increasingly violent lengths for her favorite R&B singer.
Uh-huh.
That's the description of
And
it.
it's called Swarm.
Swarm.
And what swarms? Bees.
And you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you weren't using a metaphor. She really is obsessed with Beyonce.
No, they don't call her Beyonce.
Oh.
But it's a
It's
type of
it's like it's kind of like, yeah.
yeah.
She just loves this
Billie
artist
Eilish is
so
in it.
much. Yeah, but I couldn't watch the episodes to see where she was. I was so
Okay.
disturbed with the trailer because there's so much blood. There's so much blood.
Is there?
Oh, I don't mind.
There's
that.
a lot of blood.
Kev would not be
And like
about
savage blood. I'm like, oh god, does she like bite that person? Like what is she
Yeah.
doing? But I mean,
I don't
if you
think people
can
have a problem
handle
with
that
that.
kind of stuff, people love Swarm. They love Swarm. So let's see what happens. There's a lot of categories. You can go to Emmys.com if you want to check it out. And we'll see what happens when they're going to air. It's supposed to be September. But if the writers don't get what they want by that time and decide to start working again, because they want to be treated fairly, then we wait till maybe January of next year. And then in April, then we get the next nominations.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. All right, coming up next, we want to know, what do you love most about H-Town, guys? 713-390-KRBE. Let's give our city some love today on 713 Day, because we can complain all day about the mosquitoes and the heat and the traffic. But what do you love about H-Town?
I think a lot of people that are transplants to Houston can probably relate to this more, because we sometimes, it's like when you're born into this world, you sometimes take
the city.
into
this world.
into this world, into this
Really
world of
extreme.
Houston, Texas. I think sometimes you take things for granted because you've just had it your whole life. And then, sometimes it takes an outsider's perspective, like, wow, you guys don't know how good you have it.
And so everyone is welcome to call at 713-390-KRBE. Tell us what you love the most about Houston. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Happy 713 Day.
Yay.
All things Houston today
All
on
things
KRBE.
H-Town. All things H-Town. What's your favorite thing about the city of Houston? Especially if you, it doesn't matter if you're born and raised here, maybe you're new here. Somebody who is newer here is probably listening, and you could teach them something. Like, what do you love most about living in Houston? 713-390-KRBE. Carly is up first. Hello, Carly. Good morning. Hello.
Carly, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, so what's the thing you love
Morning.
most about H-Town?
Probably the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What specific food?
Like Torchies.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I love me some Torchies.
Can I ask how old you are, by the way, Carly?
I'm 11.
You're 11?
You sound in the wheelhouse of my daughters, and that Torchies is their thing.
Is that your favorite?
Mommy, can we get Torchies?
Yeah.
Mommy, can you get Torchies?
I love that Torchy sauce.
Can you bring me Torchies to school, Mom? Like, well, that's cool, Carly. It's good that you appreciate Houston food at 11 years old. You recognize how lucky we are.
And what is your favorite taco?
Taco.
At the Torchies?
Taco.
Taco?
What's your favorite taco?
I usually just get a burrito, honestly.
Yeah.
That's all good there.
That was fun.
Good times. Well, I like that. Like I
And
said.
don't say the words that are written on the wall of Torchies.
Oh, why? Is it
Walk
bad
in.
word?
The wall?
Yeah, it says damn good on the wall.
Oh, I didn't know.
You've never noticed that?
I didn't even know they
know.
had burritos there.
Yeah.
So that's something I learned.
I
Thank
get the
you.
brisket taco and
yeah.
the shrimp taco. They're
Is that one
bomb.
called like the hippie chick or something? It has like
That sounds right. It
sounds
does
like
have
a hippie chick or
which one of them has
mean,
fried
like-
chicken on it, doesn't it?
I
Yeah, I
always
think that's
get
the one.
confused with Velvet Taco and Torchy's tacos.
Velvet taco's good too.
that's also
Yeah.
delicious.
They're both
It's
awesome.
Also
Yeah,
delicious.
good stuff.
Well, Carly, thank you so much for listening to the Roula and Ryan show. And actually, I'm going to give you extra props, Carly, for being up so early this morning because it's summertime. Can I ask why you're awake at 6:42 in summertime?
I don't know, honestly. I just wake up and listen to the radio station.
Well,
Good job.
thank you. We appreciate that.
You get a gold star today, Carly. Tell your parents they're raising you right. Hang on. Thank you for calling. You have a great day. Say hi to your family. It's 713 Day today here on KRBE Houston. All day we're going to be celebrating our city, H-Town. 713, the first original area code. Today's July 13th. So that's why we're doing that. And Denise is up next. Hi, Denise. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Denise. So what's your favorite thing about H-Town?
What do you love the most about our city?
I love the way Houston comes together in a crisis and shows out that we got support for everybody else, and we also support ourselves too. Nobody shows up with support like Houston does.
That's true. We got
That's
this.
true.
Every time there's a natural disaster, we're like, okay, we're gonna have to get through it.
And even when we have like
a
neighboring states, we go and help them as well.
Exactly. And besides, today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
How lucky. Happy birthday on July 13th. Can I ask how long you've lived here, Denise? Are you a longtime Houstonian, a native Houstonian, or are you newer to the city?
I am a Houstonian, a native Houstonian.
Native. All right.
Now, what do you feel about, somebody who lives here? I always say if you lived here longer than 10 years, it's almost like you're native because Houston changes so much in 10 years. If you have memories of what used to be there, it's almost like you've been here for a long time. But how many years do you have to live here before you stop being called new to Houston, in your opinion?
10 years.
10 years. At that point, you've...
Sweet spot.
Yeah, I think 10 years.
So if you had to...
The first 5 years for us to teach you how it goes in Houston, and the next 5 years to teach for you to show out.
Yeah, I like that. Teach you.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Roula and Ryan Show, Denise. Happy birthday to you today. Celebrate big.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Ryan and Sam and all of you guys.
Oh,
thank
so
you.
much. All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Denise.
So exciting.
Kevin is up next. Not Special K. Another Kevin on the phones at 713-390-KRBE. We're celebrating Houston today with 713 Day. What do you love most about living in Houston, Kevin? Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Love your show.
Thank you.
Morning.
The thing I love most about Houston, and I think separates us from everybody else, is the people. Cities can have beautiful downtowns and buildings and parks and all these other things, but I always hear folks talk about how friendly we are, how helpful we are. You just had a caller talking about how we come together. And another thing is when we celebrate our championships like other cities, we don't tear the city up. We just celebrate it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we go back, and it's just a great place because of the people.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, you can't compare us to anybody else. Look at the difference between, like, say, Dallas and Houston. Dallas is a very segregated community where it's completely compartmentalized, where we're just a one big happy melting pot.
Yep, I grew up in Dallas. I was raised there, but I can tell you, I came here for grad school and stayed because it's just a friendly place. It's not. I mean, I could get around Dallas, but it was more cliquish. That's what it is.
Very.
You have your clique, they have their clique, and it's just different. I could have survived there, but I just love Houston because of the people.
Kevin, how long have you lived here?
Ooh, oh my,
Oh my.
82. I came here from medical school. Yeah, I came here from medical school and stayed. Yeah.
Oh, nice. What kind of doctor are you?
I do ENT and facial plastic surgery.
Oh, hello.
Wow, great.
Oh, we're going to need Kevin's number because, Kevin, doesn't ENT have something to do with, like, all of our snoring that we've recorded? Like, is that some with our throats and I don't know what we're doing with our nasal
I was talking
passages?
about that. Well, I had the procedure. I had the radio frequency procedure a couple weeks ago on my throat.
How'd it go?
It went really well.
Except every time he blows his nose, he picks up the radio station.
But I thought it was so cool that radio waves. I'm on the radio and it's helping my snoring.
Yes.
So it's it decreased my throat fat, I guess.
It does. It does. Yeah, I help people with snoring. I believe in addressing the root cause of problems. So, I'm real big about sleep apnea patients having their noses checked and their throats checked to have them fixed so they're normal, and then see if you need to have appliances placed on, like a CPAP. I also, I think I called in and told you I cure a lot of migraine headaches. And I think for Ryan, you have migraines.
I get them once in a while.
Caused by, it has abnormalities in the nose. I found that abnormalities in the nose cause migraines, kind of similar to the original COVID swab test. You know how they hurt until you remove the COVID swab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same principle. The nose is so sensitive that when you have an abnormalities in your nose that are touching sensitive structures, all I do is fix it and get you back to normal, and the headaches go away.
Oh, I got to get your number off
Dr.
the air.
Kevin, where do you practice,
Yeah.
Dr. Kevin?
I have one office in River Oaks, and I just moved to a larger one near the Woodlands.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You're doing well for
You
yourself.
want to give yourself a shout out, Dr. Kevin, in case somebody listening wants your
yeah.
help?
If somebody wants to call you.
Sure. Oh, yeah, certainly. My office number is 713-795-0600, and that's KevinSmithMD.com. Thank you all so much.
Kevin
I love
Smith.
helping people.
Thank
I
you for
love
listening.
It. Dr.
you.
Kevin Smith, thank you so much for listening to our show.
Oh, I love your show. I love the show.
Oh.
I listened to it driving in. I'm going in to cure a migraine headache sufferer this morning, and I always do the first thing I turn on. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. See, that's what's so great about Houston. Think about it. We can have everybody from a teacher to a scientist to a doctor to
Rocket
everybody.
scientists, my friends.
We
at
literally
NASA.
do. We have friends at NASA
Legit
that listen to the
rocket
radio
scientists.
station.
Yeah, that really made me smile, Kevin. Big hugs to you. Thank you so much. We'll continue on talking about Houston as we go through 713 Day today. We got lots of people standing by. People are like, we love everything. We love everything about Houston. We literally have it all. We're so lucky to live here. Happy 713 Day to you guys.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
It's brought to you by Duncan, and the city of Houston is doing something really good right now. They've reactivated their heat emergency plan. Look, y'all, it's going to be 110 with that heat index today. And the plan is going to run through Sunday. It includes using libraries and multi-service centers as cooling centers. And say you can't get to it, all you got to do is call 311 for a ride. So if you know somebody, maybe it's like an elderly loved one and they don't have AC. Ooh, this could be really dangerous. So you can call 311 for a ride, take them to a to a local cooling center. The National Weather Service predicts that the heat index is going to stay this high at least through Sunday. Officials also recommend please do not leave children, senior citizens, or pets unattended in a parked vehicle, even if the windows are open. Do not do this. So here's some good news. Good news and bad news, okay? What do you want first when it comes to traffic? The good news or the bad news?
Is there
Let's
ever
do
any-
bad news first,
Yeah,
and
is
then you
there
can
ever
wrap
any
it up.
good
with
Bad
good
news first is there's going to be a major closure this weekend, but there's going to be something good that comes out of it. TxDOT has announced that it's going to open new southbound lanes at the West Loop on Monday, but construction crews are going to have to close the West Loop at 59 in order to stripe the lanes and get it ready for this weekend. So Friday night at 8 o'clock, there's going to be closure there, but Monday morning commuters are going to be the first to enjoy reduced traffic because the freeway is going to be wider. TxDOT plans to reopen the lanes at 5 a.m. Also, the Westheimer Road entrance ramp is going to finally reopen. That ramp's been closed for months to allow workers to finish on the new main lane. So finally, right there in the Galleria area,
I
it's
need
gonna
that
get a lot
swoop
better.
to open up. Coming from downtown, headed to Bel Air, where you swoop over onto 610 going south. That has been closed for probably most of my life.
Most of my life.
Yeah, when is that thing going to open?
I see it. I can see they have it kind of ready to be not paved, but poured. So, Brian, you've said like 2025 in earlier news segments. So I don't know, but it's just been closed forever. What are these people doing?
I don't
who
know.
Need to go south?
You see, like other cities, like, hey, why don't we take a cue from what is it, Philly? When
They
had
How
the whole
about
freeway
Philly,
collapse.
guys? How y'all
In 2
trash
months.
Philly, but oops, they put it together in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, not 2 months. 2
Yeah,
weeks.
2
Well, at
weeks
the
they
same
put
time,
together
if
the
something
highways.
happens too fast, I kind of don't trust it. I'm like, oh, God, what kind of like duct tape and Gorilla Glue do they use to put that thing together?
All right, here's some good news.
Minutes.
If you're a teacher right now, Katy ISD, like a lot of other large districts, have been struggling with staffing since the pandemic. Now the clock is ticking to fill key job positions. So listen to this. The district is hosting a job fair at Cinco Ranch High School today from 4 to 6. So if you're a teacher, there's a big job fair there out in Katy, Cinco Ranch High School from 4 to 6 p.m. today. So that's something good for you there. Now, it is 713 Day. There's a lot of things happening around the town. The Houston Rockets are going to host 7 free youth basketball clinics at community centers throughout Houston in honor of 713 Day. They're calling it the 713 Day of Basketball. Each child who participates will get a 713 Day of Basketball shirt, a voucher for a special $7.13 tickets to select Rockets games during the upcoming season. So there's something for you. Next hour, I'll tell you about the Astros and some other appearances around town. That's what's going down in H-Town.
Coming up next, guys, it's Thursday, which means somebody else is seeking our help to find out if their mate is a cheater. It's called Roula and Ryan's Roses. We're going to get to it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.